I saw Black Widow over the weekend. I enjoyed it. It was good. It's funnier than I thought it was gonna be. Like, more lighthearted than I expected, considering the character and the subject matter, but it's probably not going to be, for me personally, be like a top tier Marvel film. And that's simply because it's more on like the more realistic, more grounded side of Marvel movies. More serious. Even though it's funny, even though I just said it's funny, it's on the more serious kind of side. I like my Marvel films to be somewhat silly and a little more fantastic, but I enjoyed it. I like Black Widow. It's definitely worth the wait. So as a Virgo and a writer, I'm very good at two things. That's cleaning up and procrastination. And sometimes I find that the two go hand in hand. The other day, I was just sitting here and I was like, I really need to work on this script. But I didn't want to. It's when the procrastination was setting in. I was looking around the apartment and I was like, oh, the apartment is nice and junky. So let me clean up, let me straighten up. And so wearing my Alibi t-shirt, because I miss my Brooklyn family very much, started cleaning up instead of writing. And as I, straightened up the apartment, I came to the realization that the script that I was working on, it wasn't really working. And that's why the procrastination had begun to set in. Even though I was moving, I was getting pages out. I was maybe getting like 5-6 pages per writing session. The story is like in my head, like I could see it like boom, boom, boom. The characters were doing things that were surprising me. Like I was enjoying the creation of the story, but then I got to a point where I realized that there wasn't enough story to sustain like the necessary length for it to be a feature-length screenplay. Feature screenplays, well, feature films, I guess technically are films that are longer than an hour, but we expect like that hour and a half, 2 hour, maybe like 2.5 hour film. So as far as screenplays goes, that translates to, screenplay of maybe like 80 pages at the absolute minimum, right? That minimum can change depending on who you talk to, but for me, 80 pages is like the absolute minimum for a feature-length screenplay. And you really shouldn't go, I think 110 is where the ceiling is for the spec script. 120 used to be the limit, but you really don't want to go any higher than 110 pages. So your feature-length screenplay needs to be between 80 pages and 110 pages, with 1 page of script representing 1 minute of screen time. And of course, all of that can vary depending on action, dialogue, all these things. So sure, your 80-page script could actually equal, say, 90 minutes of screen time, depending on, how it's filmed or whatever. But let's just stick to the rule, 1 page equals 1 minute. I always knew that this story would be, for a feature, in my mind, a feature film on the shorter end of the time frame. So I was aiming for like an 85 to a 90-page script. But as I was writing it, I realized that I would probably be lucky to hit 60 pages. It's disappointing. Disappointing to come to that realization. And the thing is, I plotted everything out. I outlined the story. And in my mind, I was just like, I can hit 85 pages. In my mind, I was like, I can do it. But in actually writing it, I realized that wasn't going to happen. So I have no idea what will happen with this idea, because presently, like I said, it's too short to try to make it a feature. I'm not gonna pad it out or, stretch it out unnecessarily. Like that's not what I do. So I'm putting it on the back burner and I'm doing something that I honestly should have started doing months ago. Again, procrastination. But now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna focus on rewriting my romantic comedy script, which is titled. And I've already gotten notes back from the folks in my writers group. And speaking of page length, it's come in at 80 pages. But But thanks to the notes that I've gotten from my writers group, as well as some other ideas that I have, I feel that in a rewrite, I can get it to what for me is an acceptable length. And that's, just making changes to the story, changes to certain characters, but these are necessary changes. These are changes that I feel will improve the story, improve, the characters, and it's just something that I've been putting off, and I don't know why. I don't know why I've been putting it off, but it's something that I need to do. Because I need to get this script in good shape. I need to bring it up to its fighting weight so that I can have it to show to people if ever anyone asks, like, oh, you got this script, which is cool, but do you have anything else? And I want to be like, yes, I've got. So here you go. So yeah, I haven't stopped writing. I just stopped working on the one script because right now it's not turning out the way I thought it would. So I need to think on it more if it really is something that I want to finish. And honestly, it is something that I want to finish. You should always finish what you start. So at some point, I guess I will come back to it. Anyway, that's it. Quick little update. Yeah, that's all I got for you.